Hi and welcome to Start Select. I'm Luke Anderson, your host this week. Guy's away at the moment, working really hard on the next episode of Start Select. Hey. But in the meantime, we went to Madrid, Spain to talk to THQ and WWE about Smackdown vs Raw 2009. And we also went down to Guildford to talk to MICKIE about LittleBigPlanet.
The tools have been the crucial sort of nucleus of the project. The project basically was like that. We want to do user creative tools, but we also want to ship a full single player progression. It wasn't only to use the tools and to show people examples of what you can do with them, but it was actually to develop the tools. So we make some tools, the guys use them to make some levels, give the programmers feedback, this was hard, this was terrible, this was amazing, I really need that, I'm very frustrated with this. Without application, you can't really make tools. So we did an application, tools, and kept going through cycles to refine this to serve that. If you can have a set of tools that can make you make a game, that means that you have nailed things like conditional events, you have made communication with the player kind of thing, action, reaction, not just a set or a moving scene, but a fully interactive world.
So getting the tools right and balanced to cater for a wide range of people was, a huge task. And we knew from the start that we did want to cater for people that can only just manage to change the wallpaper on their mobile phone, down to people that are, brainy engineers and mad inventors. So we've tried to cover that whole range. And I think we have achieved that. Certainly everyone will want to customise their character, for example, and that's easy. So that's already tempting you into being creative. And then you can go to the stickers, for example, which are, everyone understands what a sticker is. It's easy to put stickers down. So we've always tried to kind of have this real world analogy that makes things understandable. And hopefully we sort of drag people in deeper and deeper. And I think as the community starts to create levels, they'll feed off each other. We're already seeing that on the beta trials. Like there's a big craze at the moment for rocket-powered vehicles. And there's already about 50 different varieties of those. So you can see that little trends kind of start. So I think it's working.
LittleBigPlanet pushes the boundaries of online, and online is an ongoing sort of tech thing. You keep patching it, you keep adding, you finesse it. It's stuff that you don't feel, but you really appreciate. And when you look at the internet, you look at Google or YouTube, these things keep on changing probably on a daily basis without us noticing. So we definitely want to service the online, make sure that it's using the best tech possible and as user-friendly as possible. That will involve lots of finessing and refining. And there is DLC stuff, and there is new features, new ideas, reacting to what the community want and what they ask for.
We definitely are doing DLC. The obvious things like extra costumes, they're no-brainers. We were doing some of those. But for some of the bigger things, we're not really committed to any one thing at the moment. We almost want to let that be led by the community to a large degree. So we'll see what people are getting into or what there's a huge desire for and really try to feed that. So it could go anywhere really.
The idea is not only to expand LPP in the gaming world only. We want to expand it to reach people outside of that. We want people to be able to express, and anything that will allow people to do more of that, we will add to the palette of LittleBigPlanet.
Definitely want to add new tools, but that can be very simple for us to do that, because adding one simple tool suddenly means you can make this many different types of game, But whenever we do that, I think we would always have some levels to come with it to show what is possible. So I imagine we'd tend to have like a package or something, I suppose. But there's also the possibility for much smaller bits and pieces.
It is not only about a black and white, you're either a creator or a spectator. You're either a sort of viewer or a maker. I think there is a vast range of in-betweens. Like for example, you could be known in LittleBigPlanet as the most promoting person and the most vocal person in the share community. You can take photographs of your favorite levels and have your gallery of your best moments in your level. Now, what is that person? That person is found himself a role in the community. You can have another person who is the ultimate collector of beautiful things and then displays them of other people's creations. You can have people who are just specialized in making a very particular thing and then someone else does it, the vehicle person or the most important thing in LittleBigPlanet as an expressive tool is that everybody knows their own story. Now, not everybody has a level in their head to build or a film to make, but everybody knows their story. That's why people love Facebook, because it's about them. Now, that is another thing you can do in LittleBigPlanet. Do your interactive blog, do your physical greeting cards and send them to your people. Do your sort of biology lesson made physical, go through the planets or the digestive system. Use it at prototyping your ideas if you're an engineer. So it's the range of applications is vast, and it's much more than making a level and a game, a thread with narrative is wicked, is very cool, but there is much more you can do.
Hola GameSpot, we are here in Madrid, Spain for the THQ Smackdown vs Raw 2009 European Superstars Challenge. We're going to see some of the divas and superstars actually battle it out on the game to see who's the best player, and then we're going to chat to some of the wrestlers and find out what it's really like to be a pro superstar wrestler. So let's go bring the Smackdown.
Honestly, this is what I love to do. You know, I'm not here to become an actor. I'm not here to become a movie star.
The first thing I always do when I buy a wrestling game, I've been buying them now for at least 10 years. I go and I create myself, and then I go into the game. The very first thing. So this year I won't have to do that step.
Best characters are extensions of your own personality, and nobody knows what I would say in the ring better than I do.
I don't need to reinvent myself because I'm just a perfect right now. I'm like a wine, obviously, getting better with time. So, how good am I going to get? Let's wait and see before I make some changes.
After the chit-chat, it was time to go down to the floor and see who was the best wrestler at SmackDown vs Raw 2009. WWE restrictions limited our footage, but we got the best bits, including the ever-popular divas and Crime Time from Raw, body slamming their way to the top.
We are here to present the ultimate fighting game. The game is SmackDown vs Raw 2009. JERICHO!
After a close final match with KOFI Kingston, Crime Time's Shad emerged victorious as the THQ Superstar Challenge 2008 winner. Okay, so that was it for the European Superstars Challenge. After watching semi-naked, juiced up, lubed up dudes and girls, I feel like going down to the gym myself and trying to get this body into shape. So I'll catch you all later.
That was it for this episode of Start Select. We hope you enjoy it. Stay tuned as we've got heaps of video coming up in the next couple of weeks in the lead up until Christmas, as well as a few special features we'll be launching, so stay tuned.